Discover the 7 secret spots that drive men wild when touched by an older woman. You won't believe the reactions.
So we came across this really compelling source this week, and it starts with a moment I think many will find deeply relatable.
Oh, yeah. What was that?
It was about a 42-year-old woman who felt, well, irrelevant, like she couldn't compete with youth anymore.
Ah, right. That feeling.
Exactly. But the source argues she's actually right. She shouldn't compete because she has something else, an invisible power, a knowledge that lives in your hands, as they put it.
I remember that part. And that's what we're diving into today, isn't it? This unique idea that the real power of mature desire isn't about looks at all.
Not at all. It's about the intentionality of connection, how you touch.
Touching from emotional fullness instead of scarcity. And it focuses specifically on how the male brain supposedly changes after 35.
Right. So our mission today is to unpack that claim. We're looking at these alleged neurological shifts, and then we're going to map out 7 specific territories on the male body.
Territories that apparently respond incredibly strongly to this mature presence.
Exactly. And hey, if this kind of deep dive into human dynamics is your thing, definitely hit subscribe and, let us know in the comments what else you'd like us to explore.
Think of this less as a how-to guide, maybe, and more like a roadmap. A roadmap to vulnerability, where wisdom is the real currency.
Okay, let's jump right in. Why maturity? Why does touch suddenly matter more? What's the neurological claim here?
Well, the source posits this theory about brain maturation. It suggests that around age 35, give or take, the way a man's brain processes intimacy, it shifts fundamentally.
How so?
Earlier on, the nervous system is wired for, let's say, immediate visual stimulus. High contrast, novelty. It's about activation from the outside.
Okay, the thrill of the chase, maybe? The visual excitement?
Something like that. But as that drive naturally lessens, the brain starts seeking something different, something deeper.
Which is?
Conscious contact, real presence. The system stops looking for just like a dopamine hit from something new and exciting visually.
And starts demanding.
Authentic connection. That's the core idea. And this means a quiet moment of just being present physically can actually hit harder, neurologically speaking, for a mature man than overt visual stuff.
So maturity becomes the advantage because the brain is now receptive to it.
That's the claim, yeah.
But hang on, is this purely biological? Or is it more about life experience? A guy gets older, realizes chasing superficiality is just exhausting, so he wants something stable.
That's a really good point. And the source doesn't frame it as only biological. It's more like the neurology becomes primed, receptive to the emotional depth that life experience kind of cultivates.
Ah, okay.
The wiring changes to seek peace, genuine acceptance, and it reads the intentional touch of a mature woman as a sort of nonverbal promise of that peace.
So the intention behind the touch isn't just symbolic, it's almost chemically felt. Okay, let's get into these territories then. Phase 1 is about release, right? Physical and psychological.
Exactly. We start with Territory 1, the nape of the neck, described as a zone of surprising silent power.
And it's where men carry invisible weight. What does that mean, practically?
Think of it as the constant mental load. Responsibility, control, the pressure to provide, to never show weakness, it all kind of tightens up there, right, where the mind meets the body. So when a woman touches this spot, calmly, with no agenda, the message cuts right through. It's okay. You can let go here.
The source mentioned that executive, the CEO. That story was powerful.
It really was. High-powered guy, huge stress, kind of estranged from his wife, and in a simple, non-sexual moment, she just rests her hand on his nape.
And just...
Relaxed.
Yeah.
Physically. And started crying silently. Years of holding it together, just released by that simple, unconditional touch. It bypassed all his usual defenses.
Wow. Okay. Territory 2 moves to rhythm.
The pulse.
This isn't just hand-holding, is it?
No, definitely not that nervous early days hand-holding. This is more casual, lingering, finding that rhythm under the skin and just staying with it.
The source called it an ancestral response. Why ancestral?
Because the pulse is like the most fundamental sign of life, right?
Yeah.
So when you connect with that rhythm, you're syncing up on a really deep physiological level. Heartbeats, breathing, they align.
So it's bypassing the thinking brain again, straight to the nervous system.
That's exactly the idea. His communication below words. He feels truly accompanied, not judged or pressured, just met in his basic humanity. And that takes a certain comfort level with silence, maturity again.
Right. You have to be okay just being there. Okay, so we've released tension, found rhythm. Now we move to security and dropping the mask. Territory 3, The lower back.
Yeah, the lower back. It's symbolic, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's about support, protection, but it's also vulnerable, connected to nerves related to safety.
And the source makes a big distinction here about the energy of the touch.
Crucial distinction. If the touch feels like it's subtly demanding something maybe sexual, maybe just attention, which the source associates more with youthful scarcity.
It creates pressure.
Right. But when a mature woman touches that same spot from a place of calm certainty, of fullness, it lands differently. It's read as genuine support. I've got your back. I'm here to steady you, not take from you.
And that feeling of genuine support awakens a different kind of desire, deeper.
That's the claim. A longer-lasting desire based on trust and security, not just fleeting attraction.
Okay, territory 4, the jawline. This is the classic male armor spot, right? Strength, control.
Absolutely. All that controlled expression, the holding it together for decades, it concentrates there. It's like the face's last stand.
So a soft touch there.
If it's free of any hint of manipulation, any neediness, it's like offering a truce. It says wordlessly, you can drop the mask with me. You don't need that tension right now.
That's a profound invitation, but how does he know it's genuine? How does he know it's not just a clever move? Doesn't the woman need to be really careful about intention?
Well, that's the core argument about maturity, isn't it? The source insists the nervous system reads the intention instantly. Manipulation feels tense, needy, like scarcity.
Whereas authentic care feels
Present, accepting, abundant. The idea is only someone who's already dropped their own masks, who's comfortable with their own imperfections, can genuinely offer that kind of truce.
So the desire isn't sparked by the technique itself, but by the relief. The shock of being seen beyond the role, beyond the armor.
Exactly that. Being recognized as a whole human, that's deeply attractive to the mature mind, apparently.
Okay, this is getting deep. Let's go into the final phase. Recognition and vulnerability. Territory 5. The inner thigh. The source says this needs the most emotional maturity.
For sure. The inner thigh is instinctively protected territory, right?
Yeah.
Close to the core. If a touch there feels like an agenda, like someone's trying to get something,
Yeah.
immediate alarm bells.
But
If it happens naturally, like you're sitting close, maybe sharing a laugh, and there's a light, undemanding touch, and crucially, it comes without that desperate, hidden intention. It creates what the source calls paradoxical excitation.
paradoxical excitation. Explain that.
It means the body activates, gets aroused, precisely because the mind feels completely safe and unthreatened. The woman's emotional certainty, her self-worth, signals safety.
Unlike a touch from scarcity, which is seeking validation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That scarcity feels like pressure. But when the touch comes from abundance, I'm whole, you're whole, this is just connection, that safety allows for a deeper physical response than any kind of aggressive move could achieve.
Okay, wow. So, territory 6. The palm. Seems simple, but the source gives it huge significance. Why the palm?
Think about what hands do. They carry the story of a life, right? Building, providing, fixing, but also frustration, maybe loss, dreams held.
Mm-hmm.
So when a mature touch holds the hand, not desperately clinging for security, but consciously, gently sustaining it. It's like acknowledging that whole journey, the effort, the successes, the failures.
It's like you're touching the man's entire narrative, not just his hand.
Precisely. The source contrasts this with youth, which might touch the hand, seeking protection from it. Maturity touches the hand, offering comprehension of what it's been through.
And men respond strongly to that recognition.
Profoundly, according to the source, feeling their history, their effort, truly seen and honored in that simple gesture.
Which brings us to the last one. Territory 7. Behind the ear. Called the most intimate.
Yeah, very intimate. It's linked to the vagus nerve, that big nerve influencing calm and excitement. But the real secret here, the source stresses, isn't just the touch.
What else?
It needs to be paired with whispering something genuinely appreciative. And not some generic line.
No.
Something specific and true about him. Something about his nature, maybe something others overlook or don't see. Real recognition.
The difference between a compliment and actually seeing someone.
Exactly. That combination, intimate touch plus genuine specific appreciation, is apparently read as maximum intimacy. Men described it as like feeling truly seen for the first time in ages, finding the real person behind all the roles.
And that vulnerability creates a bond far beyond just physical attraction.
That's the idea.
Okay, so let's synthesize this. We've gone through the 7 territories. The big argument seems to be immediate physical attraction might skew young, but that deeper desire, that total soul-level connection, that only comes with someone who gets the complexities of life, the light and the shadow.
That sums it up well. The fundamental difference boils down to intention, which the nervous system apparently picks up on instantly.
Young touch, often from scarcity, aims to get something validation, security.
While mature touch, from abundance, aims to give something presence, acceptance, just a moment of peace.
And that intentional giving is the unique power of maturity. It offers connection beyond the surface, letting him be vulnerable without that fear of being judged.
Your history, your wisdom, your acceptance of yourself, those are the credentials. They open doors to the heart that youth might not even realize are there. You're not meant to compete. You're meant to connect on a different level, offer depth.
So here's a final thought to leave you with. If this search for depth and authentic connection is key for the mature male heart, does that mean these men are fundamentally looking for a kind of unconditional acceptance, almost like a mothering presence? Or is it truly a search for an equal partner who shares that emotional maturity?
Ooh, that's a really interesting question.
Yeah.
What does real grown-up intimacy look like? Something to think about.
Definitely. So if this deep dive resonated, if you had any of those aha moments about intentional presence and connection, let us know in the comments. We really do love hearing your perspectives on these things.
Yeah, we do.
And please, don't forget to subscribe so you catch our next knowledge shortcut.